The Olight Seeker 4 Pro. Let's check it out. Olight's known for having really high quality flashlights, and yet they keep upping the bar. They produce new flashlights on a regular basis. They're upping the lumens, they're upping the performance, they're just the different features that it has with it. But today we're going to take a look at something to me that's pretty special. This is the Seeker 4 Pro. It puts out 4,600 lumens of light on turbo, but it goes all the way down to 5 lumens. So it gives you a really wide range. But there are some accessories and features that go with this light to make it really versatile. Whether it's in your car, your shop, in your bag, on your side. Just makes it a great light to get a lot of lumens and a lot of light out there. You need a good solid flashlight that is really bright. Having an EDC light's great, and I use that more than anything else. But when I really need to get some light, I love to have something that really just brings the sun to the night. And that's one of the things that the Seeker 4 Pro does. Now guys, my first review with Olight was over 12 years ago. And I have been carrying Olight as my EDC and for security ever since. They just make really high quality lights. One of the great things is they now have a lifetime warranty on all of their lights, which gives you a lot of confidence. But guys, after we have torture tested and gone through so much with these lights, I have personally full confidence in these lights. Now you get a 10% discount using Sootch 00 with the link down below in the description. It does help to support the Sootch channel. But guys, I have a lot of choices, and Olight is my #1 choice. And guys, remember that light is your #1 security tool. The Olight Seeker 4 Pro. There are some features about this, not just the extra lumens that the Seeker 4 Pro is putting out, which is big. It's 4,600 lumens. It has a beam distance of 260 meters. And all those are important. I have some other Seekers in the series, and just to be honest with you, when I shine the lights, they're just bright. Now, you do get better performance, and that's a plus. But there are some things about this light, and it really has to do with a lot of technology that Olight is doing that makes this a cool package. Typically, with holsters, I don't use them. I mean, very rarely. There are certain times I might. This is a different story, and we're going to be looking at that in particular. But this light, again, is just one of those lights that's great for security, great for getting a lot of light out there. And it gives you a package to be able to really make it effective. So before we get into the details of the light itself, let's look at the holster. And so it just slips in. It's just a kind of a Kydex type holster system. We have a mount, and you can actually push the light and it'll come out that way. Or you can hit the button here. This will actually mount on your wall. It'll mount in your car. And that's really what I think is a great way to do it. And it'll set up where you can get right to it, and it has 3M adhesive on the back, and so this just allows you to be able to attach this to a hard surface. Now it has screw holes if you want to put it in a wall, however you want to set it up. And also you can just put this in a backpack. You can actually put this on your straps. So, and there are some other alternatives to this that allow for side carry, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this, with this little mounting system, it gives you a lot more possibilities. Here we have a Type-C charging port. So we can hook up our cable and we can charge this with it on the mount or in the holster itself. But also, which is typical, is we have this back charging area here. And we have the magnetic charging area here, drop on our charger, and we can charge it. To me, this is one of the best charging systems out there. But because you have this extra capability to be able to charge it in your holster, just makes it more versatile. Now, one thing about this light as well is, let's say we turn it on and then turn it off, put it in the holster. Now it's on lockout mode. One of the things about this light, like some of the others, like the Marauder and some others, is that you have to spin the wheel a quarter turn before you turn the light on. And that's just a safety feature to keep the light from just coming on. With this, as we pull it out, we can turn it on immediately. When it's in the holster, you don't have to turn the dial. And so this just makes it really simple to be able to pull out, turn on, and then we're going to put it on turbo, which is, again, 4,600 lumens. We put it into the sheath or the holster, and then what it does is it drops down in lumens. And it gets down to 600 lumens, so it's not near as hot as the 4,600 lumens, and that way, you don't burn your clothes, and two, you don't burn out your light or drain the battery. And so that way, it just gives you another safety feature. Now, if you have the light on and you put it in the holster and you cut it off, it is not in lockout mode. So I can turn it back on. So you need to make sure that you turn the light off first and then put it in, and now you have your lockout. Well, let's talk about the light itself. It's a hard anodized aluminum. This is a beautiful finish that Olight does, but it is more of a matte type finish. You got Olight here. We've got Seeker 4 Pro embossed into the silicone little sleeve here that just makes it super comfortable. And two, if it's cold, it helps with that. And then you have your ribs to keep the the LEDs from really getting hot. Back here at the back, you can take out your battery. It has one of the 5,000 milliamp batteries, and this is a 21700 battery. And it is rechargeable. It'll take multiple charges. I've had Olight flashlights for 12 years, and many of them, the battery is still working if I haven't run them down. You have a blue crenulated bezel that goes around. You have 4 high-performance LEDs with a TIR lens. Now here I've turned my overhead light off, and you'll notice when you turn the dial, this is your battery indicator. So you have 4 different points, and then on the other side, you have your lumen output. So I can set this wherever I want to, turn it on, and it will be at that lumen output. As I turn this up, the dial, it gradually goes up. It's really a stepless design. And so as I bring it down, it just gradually goes down in lumens. First setting is 0 to 5%. The next bar is 5 to 10%. The next bar is 10 to 50%. And then you go all the way up and you can get that turbo setting. I mean, that is incredibly bright. And of course you can see the camera adjusting for it. Now the area around your dial has been increased to make it easier even for gloved hands to be able to get this. Instead of just the lines that come off. But one thing that's really cool is with the battery indicator and the lumen indicator, there are 1,200 small micro holes that have been drilled to make that light come through, and then it's been sealed with a waterproof sealant. And this is micro perforation. It's the first time it's been used on any type of flashlight. It's a really cool way to bring the light to you. You can see it, but yet it's really highly protected. And this is IPX8, which means it's waterproof up to 2 meters for 30 minutes. Now while we have the stepless design, which you can just go right up all the way into your turbo setting, you also have your standard mode settings. And so if I press and hold, I get the moonlight setting, and this is 5 lumens. Press and hold and release, 50 lumens. Press and hold and release, 300 lumens. Press and hold and release, 1,200 lumens. Double click, 4,600 lumens. It's hot. I mean, it is bright. So there's 2 different ways to access this system. Again, stepless, or you can go step by step to find the right setting for you. And at the turbo setting, it'll go for 35 minutes. On the moonlight setting, it will run for 15 days. Now you turn it a quarter of a turn, and then you can cut it on. If you triple click, we're going to have strobe. And we had that at 4,600 lumens. Now that really works a lot of the ways that your standard Olights work, and I'm glad. I know how to go through the different modes, I know how the features run, and that makes it great. I don't have to relearn something every time I have a flashlight. And honestly, guys, when I pick up different flashlights, sometimes, you know, there's some complicated ways. This is a very straightforward way. Now the light is 4.24 inches in length. It's 1.38 inches at the head, but it's 1.10 inches at the body. Weight on the Seeker 4 Pro, 7.25 ounces. Now here we have the Olight Seeker 4 Pro. You can see it stamped into the rubber housing. We're going to do a little testing. We're going to start out with the moonlight setting. This is 5 lumens. You're not getting much out there, but this is for low light when you really need just to get enough light to see. Pop it up one more. You're starting to see that 50 lumens. Move it on up. Now we're getting more light. Then we're going to move it up. All right, now here we are, and this is 1200 lumens, and this is the high. And then we're going to go to our turbo. Double click. Now we're on turbo. Now we have 4600 lumens. And it is bright. It's a diffuse beam. It really gives you a lot of light. I'm going to leave it right here, but you can even see out here on the side. I mean, we're getting a lot of light all around it. So it's going to light up a really large area. And it's going to give you a lot of detail. And also we can triple click and we have strobe. And here we have strobe. Now here you have your battery indicator. You can see that we have a little bit of light coming out, and we're going to start to turn it, and it's going to indicate what lumens you're at. So as we go all the way up, we're now at the 4600 lumens. And so you don't have to double click if you use the rotary dial. Okay, again, we have our 5 lumens we're going to start out with, and we're going to check the distance. You can see the reflectors here and there. We're just going to move it up. Okay, now we're at the 4600 lumens. A lot of brightness out there, even up at those trees. Again, it's getting a lot of diffused light, but it's going at a good distance. Now there to the right, you can't really see it. It's really dark here. I put this light over here, I can see that entire field. And then there's a tree line up there about 200 yards off. And I can definitely pick up all the trees individually. Not sure if the camera is a little bit of haze, which sometimes we have to fight to be able to get a clear picture. But we're getting a lot of light in a large area. And that's the big thing about this light. High lumens, but it really spreads it out. Okay, here we have a very large field. It's in front of our house. And I mean, it's about 100 yards to that tree line down there. But man, it just lightens up this whole area. Our range is down there on the right between those trees. It just gives you a maximum amount of light in a large area. And one of the ways I think is the best is to have this as a car mount. And I put the base on here, the 3M adhesive, it just sticks to this flat surface. And then when I want to charge it, I can hook this up and I've got it charging. And I can leave it that way, so I know that the light is going to be fully charged. If I want to remove it, you can do it a couple of different ways. I can just pull it straight out of the holster, and so that way I can use it when I need to. If I want to go ahead and pull the holster out, you can actually push it and bring it right out. You don't have to open this up, but you can do that as well. So I can just push, pull. Makes it a really quick release if you do it that way. That way I've got light, really bright light, right here with my vehicle. Now the mount is really small, it's really easy, so I could just leave this in here, use the light for different purposes, and then if I want to use it for the car, I'm going. If I need to use it other places, I can just take it with me. Now for belt carry, because of this little hook, it's really easy to take on and off. So I can slip it over my belt. Even if I don't have a belt on, I can slip it, in the waistband. And so it's going to hold very well, and then when I want to take it out, I've got the light. If I don't want to carry it in my hands, I can just put it back in. Again, they do have a holster mount where you can actually do it sideways, and so it gives you hands free, but that's extra. But this is a cool little system. Now with the holster, you have this clip that you can put to any MOLLE attachment, so I can just slip it into this strapping, and plus it locks it in. It's not going to just come flying out. I can take it, pull it out of the holster, use it, and then I have it secure. Now obviously I can put this on my belt, but this just gives me a way to have it really close. But it really holds this securely. It's not going anywhere with the way that clip moves. And then if you want to do it, you know, it takes a little trouble just getting it off of the webbing, but not too bad. And then if you wanted to put it on your belt, you could. Then again, you got that lockdown feature, so it's not just going to turn on inadvertently when you hit a limb or something. Pull it out though, and you're ready to go. Now because this is set up for a magnetic tail switch, it's magnetic. So any surface that will take a magnet, steel, you can just place it on there. And then if you want, you can have your hands-free option. And you'll notice that it was in lockout mode when I put it on here. So it's not going to inadvertently come on unless I've turned that. But again, we can dial that down and be able to see however we want to. So just a lot of cool options. Impact test complete. You can say what you want about Olight, but guys, strong like bull. Guys, we do these tests all the time, and they just always make it through it. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little smaller, the Seeker 4 Mini is excellent. I love the size of this light. It only gets up to 1200 lumens, which is still bright. But one of the cool things about this light is that you have a UV feature. And so while we have our standard light, just like we do with the other one, and I mean 1200 lumens is great. When you double click from off, you get UV, and this really comes in handy for a lot of things. And so it just gives you another possibility in case this one is like maybe a little big, maybe it's something you won't carry in your pocket, or you want one to carry in your pocket and yet still capable. The Seeker 4 Mini is a great choice. And as you can see, it went through the torture test really well. And that's one of the things about all the Olights is we've put them through all kind of stuff, and they just hold up. Now the Seeker 4 Pro also comes in an orange color. It comes in a midnight blue. It also comes in either neutral white or cool white. And the price is $139.99. Get a 10% discount using Sootch00 with the link down below in the description. And free shipping. And one thing that Olight has done just recently is they have a limited lifetime warranty. Typically they had a 5-year warranty. I mean, it's electronics, things happen, but now they've gone to the full lifetime warranty, and that is huge. So guys, if you're looking for a very versatile light that can get the light out there at 4600 lumens, 260 meters of throw, and puts out just a broad beam of light. Guys, I highly recommend the Seeker 4 Pro. It's just an excellent light, and again, with all the different features that it has, it just makes it super easy to carry and very useful. And again, we really appreciate Olight for furnishing the Seeker 4 Pro for this review and offering that 10% discount with the link down below in the description. Use Sootch00. But then again, guys, I have all kind of confidence in these lights, and with their new lifetime warranty, I mean, it's just a great option because light is your #1 security tool. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. you're getting some features that really make it, okay. The Olight Seeker 4 Pro, making their products better and better. Now they have a lifetime warranty. Okay, I don't want to do that.